What's good, man? It's your boy Cam back with the 80 and 2 show. Today we will be breaking down every series in the NBA first round so far. Just ended Sunday night. So yeah, man, we're gonna talk about it and get ready for round two. Round two is already happening. Uh Knicks and 76ers right now. Then you got the Spurs at 8 o'clock. Spurs and Timberwolves at 8 o'clock. So yeah, man, I'm trying to keep this short as I can so we can get back to watching them games. But you feel me? Let's go ahead and go. All right. So first series we're gonna be breaking down is Boston and Philly. Um, I think going into this series, not a lot of people expected Philly to win this series. I know I didn't. Uh, I personally had Boston in like 5 or 6, but I had Boston in 6 really. And I can admit I was wrong. I was very wrong. Um, the Sixers played great. Joel played great. Elite, really. He was the best player on that floor at the time. Maxi played great. 7 assists, 11 rebounds, 30 points. In 45 minutes of action. Paul George, did his job, hit some big threes late in the game. So yeah, I didn't expect the Celtics to, blow a 3-1 lead. Nobody really expected that, especially winning. You know, when we go up 3-1 in game four, you expect maybe Philly gets one back. Uh, Not Philly, but maybe they'll win game five at home, or maybe game six. You didn't think they would go to a game seven and Philly would win, but also Tatum was down with injury, didn't play, which I think was a great decision. A lot of people thought this was a gap year anyway, so why giving them anything different? You feel me? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. So sitting Jason Tatum, I think was right ideal. Where do they go from here? I don't think they do anything. Maybe you try to go get a big man. They didn't really. They got some decent big man. What's his name? Quota. He's a good big man. I think he'll be there, but I think they need another one person. But yeah, I don't think you change much if you're the Celtics. You just go back next season, fully healthy, and you know, playing at your best. See if we can switch this up a little bit. Yeah, you just go back to what's call it. You just go back to the drawing board again. If you're the Celtics, get Tatum healthy. Um, if the roster stay healthy, I think just top two seed again. But yeah, congratulations to the 76ers. Um, they all surprised me. I didn't like I said I didn't expect this game to. I mean, I just expect the series to go 7 games, let alone the 76ers winning it all. So that surprised me. Uh, Great job to the 76ers. And they move on to right now they're playing the Knicks. So I see that being a close series as well, but I talked about that later. Next series we're gonna talk about New York Knicks versus Atlanta Hawks. For the Hawks series, I mean, there's it's like a tale of two halves for for what you call it. The dang man, I don't know why. So I'm trying to get the pull up series by series, but it ain't working. But yeah, the Knicks, I expect CJ McCollum. He showed up big early in the series. Um, but like I said, it was a tale of two halves. Really, the Knicks like took full control. in game five and game six. So that was the that was the Knicks that we all wanted to see. That's the Knicks we got to see. Them being dominant, them being a great team. If they can keep this up, I believe they'll make it to the conference finals. But also, Cavs is a tough team. So for the Atlanta Hawks, I just think you keep building. I think you keep building. I don't think many people expected them to be as good, especially after trading Trey Young. So you just keep building on what you have already, and I think they'll be right back in the mix for things. So yeah, the Knicks won 4-2, playing the 76ers. So I mentioned later. Game six was a blowout too. I think 140 to 80. Nah, I think they have two games like that, bro. It's insane. Um, the next series we got Cleveland and Toronto. Man, I know this was a 4-5 matchup, but I thought the Cavs were the better team. I'm not gonna say by far, but I think it's by a pretty good margin. Um, so when low scoring games, Cleveland is what the best offense um in the league points per game wise. I think that's an advantage to the Raptors, and they've done that multiple times, man. But yeah, it became a game of really who's at home, and luckily for Cleveland, they had home court advantage. I think the road, not the road team, the home team won every game this series, and that maybe that wouldn't be the case if the rim was a little more hollow, a little more hollow, um, bouncing the way it did off the rim for RJ Barrett in Game Six, which led to a Game Seven. In Game Seven, the Cavs finally showed, um, the reason why they made the James Harden and Darius Garland trade. They showed why they were a 60 plus winning team last year. As Josh Hart just hit a big three right now. But yeah, man, the Cavs, they survived. Like I said, they didn't look like a championship contender that I thought they would be at the beginning of the season. But they got a tough series ahead of them with the Pistons up next. So if the Cavs play like they did, then Game Seven, I think it'd be a competitive series. 1 second. I'm just get my information right, man. All right, okay. Let's move on to the Detroit Pistons and Orlando Magic. So the Magic, they stole Game One, which made me think they could win the series when I first when they first won Game One. Then I was like, man. Then they ended up winning Game Three and Game Four, and I was like, hold on, bro. If the Pistons looking like they're looking now, then I'm expecting a gentleman sweep. But the Game Five, a absolute duel between Cade and Paolo, 45 for Paolo, and what you call it, 45 for Cade as well. That was a great game. In Game Six, the Pistons just took control of Game Six. 93 to 79. You don't see these scores in the league no more. But Paulo Banchero, he struggled. He was 0 for 9 for 3 that game. Desmond Bain, 7 to 18. Jalen Suggs, 1 to 10. Uh, I know it just ain't all about shooting, but when you're shooting that bad, when you're shooting 40% from the field, that's not a winning formula, especially with the Pistons. Not 40%, they were shooting 35% from the field, the Magic, and 25% for three. And they were pretty much dominant, and they got out rebounded by a lot. Turnovers were the same, but once you get out rebounded by that much, 52 to 38, that's not a winning formula. You're gonna lose most likely. That was game 6, man. Game 7, that's Tobias Harris show, man. But Paulo, he played well, man. As much what you call it, as much flag as he got over the season for not being what we thought he was gonna be this season. We thought this season was a breakout year for the Magic, but players couldn't stay healthy. Franz, he didn't play um this game, which is a big blow. But yeah, Paulo, he kind of was the only one who showed up this game, in game 7. Then what's his name? Cade Cunningham was doing Cade Cunningham stuff. 32 and 12 with on 10 of 18 shooting, 4 or 6 from 3. Then what's called Tobias Harris, 11 for 18 shooting, 5 for 7 for 3. Just out there being the help that Cade needs. And what's his name? Dennis Jenkins giving you 16, 3 and 5 off the bench as well. And yeah, like I said, nobody on the Magic really showed up but Paulo Banchero. So I got to give him that credit as well. But shout out to the Pistons for showing the resiliency of a true contender, showing the resiliency and the fight, because I really thought they were done. And I would say shout out to the Magic, but you don't get no shout outs when you blow a 3-1 lead. Even when you're the AFC, you don't get no shout out, man. But they fired their coach today, so they're on the head coaching hire tour right now. They're looking for coaches right now. I don't have a coach that would be great for them. I got to think some more. It hasn't really looked that lately. But yeah, I I don't want to say any man deserves to be fired or lose his job, but I think it was time for him to go, especially after this season. You kind of underperforming, ended up as the eighth seed. Then you blow a 3-1 lead. That's two recipes for your dismissal. So yeah, the Pistons won 4-3, coming back from a 3-1 deficit to winning in Game 7. Now they're playing the Cavs in the next round. And now let's go to the West, man. In the West, you got the Suns and Thunder. It's not really too many things to talk about in what's called it this series. I mean, the Thunder were the Thunder. They showed why they are the defending champions, and they showed why they're still the favorites to be defending champions. But like when you sweep somebody, it's not really much you can say about the series. Shea was absolutely dominant in this series as well, so I got to give him that. Don't like Shea too much. I don't like giving Shea credit too much, man, but I got to give him credit right there. Let me see if I pull this up, man. It's going off top of the head right now. If y'all see the former members of 82 show, man, send a what's it called, send an Amber Alert out for them, man. I'm looking for him. Uh, but yeah, Shea averaged almost 34 a game, 8 assists. On I know it was crazy efficiency. I know it was that. Trying to see. But yeah, I know he averaged crazy efficiency on 34 points a game, which is absolutely insane. DB, he played better. My bad. But yeah, like I said, man, once you get sweep, it's not too much to say. They got the Lakers next round. I'm either sensing a sweep or a gentleman sweep. I am a LeBron fan, so that kind of hurts me. But at the same time, I'm realistic. I think there's going to be a sweep or a gentleman sweep. No further than that. If he gets to 6 games, LeBron is easily to go. No more debate. But yeah, that's the series we're going to talk about next. Lakers versus what's it call it? Lakers versus Rockets. For let me see if I can get it now. Maybe it pull up. Oh, still didn't pull up. Okay. But yeah, next series we're gonna talk about is Lakers, Rockets. Lakers win 4-2. And obviously the Rockets were missing KD for 5 out of 6 games. Even in the game he played, they didn't look any better to me. Anyway, they looked better when he was off the floor in game 4 and game 5. Because game 6 it was pretty much what it were um the first three games of the series. The Lakers dominated pretty much. Rui absolutely crazy, shooting the ball. LeBron, even in his later years. Yeah, Austin Reeves coming back from injury and dropping 15 that game. DeAndre Ayton 16 boards, which is crazy. But yeah, the Lakers didn't many people expect them to win the series, especially with Luka and AR going down, and a lot of people thought this would be a gentleman sweep or a sweep, period. And Lakers come out, defy the odds, and yeah, they end up winning 6 games. So yeah, we're gonna talk about the Nuggets series. It's time for me to finally admit that Jokic is no longer the best player on the planet. I unwillingly have to give that title to Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. But yeah, it pains me to say this, especially when you're supposed to be the best player on the planet. But and it's not Jokic's fault at all. Well, it is because he's like I say, he's the best player on that team. But you also got to give Jamal Murray a little flag because he 4-17 in an elimination game when he's normally known as a playoff riser, bro. I just want to say it's absolutely insane. All right, let's look. Yeah, then Jaden McDaniels turned into absolute demon, and Terrence Shannon Jr. as well. Nas Reed off the bench doing Nas Reed things. Um, and Rudy Gobert, he was absolutely tremendous on defense this season. It showed you why he was a defensive player of the year, 4-time defensive player of the year, and yeah, man, the Nuggets pretty much kind of shit the bed. I thought they were going to come back from 3-1. Having Ant down and uh, what's that? Dante DiVincenzo going down, but the sumo going down. Like they were like the hospital Timberwolves at that point, man. It's like you're the Nuggets. You have arguably the best player on the court. Then you also have another All Star, All NBA candidate in Jamal Murray. I I appreciate this, man. I'll definitely tap in on Discord and try to get that, man. Appreciate it. But yeah, going 4 for 17 is absolutely crazy. But like I said, man, you can still got to get a Timberwolves credit. Like I said, Jaden McDaniel turned into an absolute demon, and Terrence Shannon having his best game of the series, probably dropping 24 points and 6 rebounds. But yeah, like I said, if you're the Nuggets franchise, I don't know if you want to trade Murray, or, if you want to, I don't know, because I kind of see this. I kind of see this going the Bucks route. Same way with Giannis. They won a championship back in when they went 22, I believe, and they haven't really sniffed it ever since, and haven't got the help around them. I kind of see this going down with Jokic. But yeah, the Timberwolves win game, win the series in 6 games. They they're gonna play the Spurs next round, man. I was expecting that to be a gentleman sweep unless Rudy Gobert shows his ass off and shows again why he's a 4-time defensive player of the year. But this is a different animal, and Victor Wembanyama, um, possibly the second best player in playoffs, depending on who you ask. If you ask Kobe, he gonna tell you he's the best player of all time. I'm just playing. But yeah, arguably the second best player in the playoffs. One second. Man. All right, man. Apologies, man. I had my mom's on the phone. But yeah, last series we're gonna talk about Spurs versus Timberwolves. Like I said, when this is sweep, when this is a gentleman sweep, unless it's a close sweep, which this wasn't, um, it's not it's not much you can talk about. Wimby got hurt like game two, got a concussion, but came back and still looked like Wimby a little bit. Uh, he looked kind of concussed, and looked days when he came back. But other than that, man, I think he was straight. Um, Castle came through, Dylan came through, D Fox came through, Champagne hit some big threes. Uh, so yeah, I personally think it's whoever wins in the conference finals. I think it's whoever wins the championship. Whoever wins in the Western Conference Finals, whoever won the championship, man. But yeah, all right. So now I'm gonna give a little breakdown to round two, the semis. First, we got. I'm not gonna say too much about Lakers Thunder. I seen some. I mean, I'm a LeBron fan first and foremost, but I see some delusional LeBron fans, coming out and saying uh, that LeBron is going to turn back into 2018 Bron. Even in the Rockets year, he wasn't 2018 Bron. He was 2024 Bron. Well, 2026 Bron. 41-year-old who knows the game better than anybody left in the NBA. That's going to get him through anything as well. Uh, but yeah, I don't see, like I said, unless LeBron can somehow magically find even more fountain of youth and turn back into 2018 Bron, just absolutely carrying. I don't see that happen. I think if they're gonna have any chance, A. Reeves needs to average like 30 and 8. LeBron needs to average 27. His normal numbers 27, 7 and 7. Rui needs to shoot like he did in the Rockets series. Marcus Smart need to play like he played. The Lakers literally have to be perfect to win this series. But me saying all that, I don't think they have a chance. I think they're getting swept. If they get one game, I'll be surprised. But I believe the Thunder are going to sweep the Lakers. Here you go. Like I said, not too much to say. Not too much to say about that series because even if Luka was there, it would be the same conversation. It would be the same conversation for me. Because even in the regular season, they got absolutely killed by the Thunder in the regular season. I think they have the highest point differential between a playoff matchup in NBA history. They were like literally dominated every single time they played. And I don't see this series being any different. I think the 4 games is gonna go. Lakers may have a run where it looks like they are looking okay. But yeah, man, I don't I just don't see it, bro. But hey, like I said, if the Lakers get a game, I will be surprised. I see the Thunder and Lakers going for it. Spurs Timberwolves. If Ant if Ant is coming back and he's Ant, then I see this game going 6. Not this game. I see the series going 6. But if Ant is still out, I see a sweep. Unless McDaniels and what's call it? Unless McDaniels and Terrence go off like this again, like they did in Game 6 against the Nuggets, then I don't see this going longer than 4 or 5. Bro. Hold on. Everybody just want to call me today. I'm gonna try to cut this out. But yeah, like I said, Timberwolves, Spurs. I don't see that. If Ant is not really Ant, and I don't think he's come back this year personally. But if Ant is not Ant, I see it going 4 or 5. But if, like I said, if Ant is playing like his normal self, then I see it going 6, maybe even 7. But yeah, that's pretty much the verdict on the Spurs and uh Timberwolves. Lost my train of thought there. All right, now I got the we got next. We got the Cavs and the Pistons. Uh, I don't know. I kind of got the Cavs. I don't want to believe in the Cavs because they always let me down. I thought they would win the Raptor series and maybe 5 or 6. But they didn't. They didn't. They won in the 7. They dominated game 7. But Pistons, like I said, they just came back from a 7-game series as well. So both teams won 7. Not too much rest. Um, this is kind of a toss up, but I'm gonna lean towards Cavs. I think it's gonna go 6 or 7, but I'm gonna lean towards Cavs winning the series. I think Donovan Mitchell, since he's gonna go off here. I think Cade is also gonna go off, but I think Donovan has a little more help. A little more help. So yeah, we're gonna see how Jared Allen and Jalen Durham. We're gonna see how that matchup shakes out. We're gonna see how uh, Mobley, Tobias Harris. I think he's gonna be guarding him for some time. We're gonna see how that works out. We're gonna see how Cade and James works out. I don't know who's gonna be guarding Cade on the offensive side. I mean, on the defensive side for the Cavaliers. But if it's James Harden in there, cook. I'm just playing. But yeah, the Cavs got a lot of playoff experience on that team. Pistons, not so much, but kind of seemed like Pistons are the better team. but I still have the Cavs. I believe in the Cavs a little more. Pistons already showed that they can falter in big games, and this is a better opponent than than the Magic. So it is the Cavs in 6 or 7. Uh, Next series we got, man. I've been thinking about it. Right now it's 74-51 game one. Um, Looking a little shaky for the Sixers, but I got the Knicks. I got the Knicks, and don't at me, man. I got the Knicks in 5 or 6, man. Don't at me, but that's how I got it. So we're gonna break down again. Got Thunder in 4. We got not Timberwolves. We got Spurs in 5. We got Cavs in 6. I'm gonna say that. We got Knicks in 5 or 6. We got Knicks in 5 or 6. I'm a little iffy on that series because the Knicks are a little iffy. So I'm a little iffy on that one. I ain't too confident in picking out. But yeah, I got the Knicks in 6, man. So there we go, man. So I'm going to go ahead and end the series because I want to finish watching this game halftime. So appreciate y'all for joining in. Hopefully, man, like I said, we can be a little more consistent during this playoff time. I still got to get on here to do draft grades for every team in each division. I'm going to do that soon. So yeah, man, that's pretty much it. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. And yeah, y'all come back next time, man. Y'all have a good one.